Hey folks, we're back at the Our Barn Community Podcast. I don't know what number we're on. We're going with the flow. Today we got Hannah Saunders. Hi Hannah.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm enjoying
put us in
blue
a
skies
picture.
outside.
Yeah, put us in a picture because for people who don't know Hannah, she has a blue wall behind her, but more importantly, there are blue skies and lots of excitement in your life right now.
Lots of exciting. We are waiting for the arrival of baby number 2.
Ooh la la.
Lots of bouncing on a big ball at the moment.
It's good. So literally any minute, any second.
Any day. So send your positive thoughts.
We will. Oh, I wonder if we can launch this before your baby is born.
I reckon you can.
I think we can too. So Hannah, you've known Our Barn in what capacity for 7-8 years?
About 7 or 8 years, yeah. I started when I joined Clarendon, was working as a TA, got to know Kelly, and then started working at Youth Club on a Sunday. And then from there, just started doing more and more, kind of coming to some of the night runs, getting involved in multi-sports, and then dipped out for a little bit while I did my teacher training, and then came back after I'd qualified and had a bit of time back on my hands and could manage things a little bit better. And that's when I sort of started coming into multi-sports a bit more. So probably multi-sports for about 4 years.
Yeah. It's interesting because multi-sports has grown and it's kind of matured in many ways. But we'd kind of go so far as to calling you our patron of the Runner Bean, Our Barn Runner Bean Club.
Yes, love my running. Get my trainers on. I remember doing many laps and giving little tips and hints and tricks from where I've picked up from different trainings that I've been doing to various different members, and then running lots of the night runs with specific young people. And I think we had.
I remember I was going up the avenue at Ostley Park, and then the marshal said stop and turned around, and we were at the front. And
yes.
And we were we thought we were at the back, and that would have suited us perfectly.
We lifted our way to the back quite nicely. We were before I suppose in a big race would be the elites.
Yes, we were the pros.
For the first few meters, shall we say.
Yeah. We had George, kind of chanting, "Our Barn Owls, the Our Barn Owls," and everybody knew we were there. We had kind of arrived.
We made a positive impact. I think everyone's spirits got lifted just before that hooter went off for us to go. So it was
it was lovely, and it has been lovely. And funny enough, we've inspired certainly through lockdown and stuff. You've inspired me. I've inspired Edward. Edward's inspired another, and the members have taken to exercise like never before. It's been inspirational to see a chain just kind of naturally build and grow.
I think that's sort of the power of it, isn't it? If you can see yourself getting a little bit better and then others see you getting a little bit better, so it makes them want to do that little bit more. And even if it's just going for a walk at the beginning and then their walk gets that little bit longer, it's something. And I think it then filters very much around because you feel better in yourself, so you project a better image and positive atmosphere to others, and that's contagious. You can't say that it's not. So I think
our multi-sports, the ultimate numbers at multi-sports before lockdown, before all this kind of crazy world stuff, we 10 to maximum 11, 12, 13. We're up to, I know you haven't been for a while online on Zoom.
Up to about 20 at one point, at least, one of my last ones, but yeah.
Yeah, 20 young people doing, all sorts of great exercise. Is very infectious. It's very much a fun-based activity. One of the members goes, what is multi-sports? How are we going to do multi-sports in our kitchen? I says, all right, it's not a sport. We're doing fitness, and it leads to the rest of.
But even that fitness, that physical sense of moving your body in a way that you don't naturally in your everyday life, I think sends those like positive endorphins and just makes you mentally feel much better. And then seeing each other on the screens, I think probably helps to encourage them to come in as well.
Yeah, your journey goes a little bit deeper, Hannah, with Our Barn, because not only do you work with us, and you're a big supporter. You have been since the beginning, and I've seen your mum and your dad involved.
Get the whole family involved, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring them along.
Yeah, like there was a lovely session where your dad turned up with a huge toothbrush and was foaming all over the mouth, just to let everybody know that Hannah's dad is a dentist.
Yeah, he's a dentist. So he came and did a little
hygienist kind of
healthy teeth, healthy mouth, and decided to dribble all his toothpaste everywhere. But it sends a message, and it leaves a memorable message in your head. So it's worth it.
We were certainly having lots of fun in the cabin that day. But yeah, you're like, when I say like you've dug in deep for Our Barn, yourself and Matt have kind of adopted us as your charity. I don't know quite know how you've come to this conclusion, but
yeah, 100%. It's I really believe in, like, you feel better about yourself, obviously helping others and being around positive people. But for me, if I'm going to do something for charity, I want as well to have something tangible. And the young people that I've got to know through the experience and the people that work there have made a big impact on my life, sort of positively, and made me look out at things really positively. And once I met Matt, my husband, he could see that and definitely took that on. And so when he's taken on challenges and raised money, the money that we can raise for Our Barn, for a smaller charity, and know the people that it's going to, can make such a big impact, as opposed to some of the bigger ones where I can't see that impact. And I think the work that it's doing locally and how much I've seen it grow in the time that I've known it is just phenomenal. And the amount of people that it's reached, I mean, I just think it's a no-brainer really to get involved.
So we had Matt and his lads down at Barnfest. We got a lovely picture of Matt actually just creamed. He's just totally flat,
passed out, yeah,
under a tree, and he'd be forgiven for that because he went mad in the Highlands for us. Took on a major challenge.
Yeah, him and 3 of his friends took on an enormous challenge. They went off, I think it was 3 days. I might have that slight wrong, but I think it was about 3 days. And they basically had to be self-sufficient and climb up and down mountains, completely bonkers, in the Highlands, in the cold, in the wet. And yeah, they had a phenomenal time. It was a great experience for them, but it was exhausting. They, like, as I said, they had to be completely self-sufficient, so carry everything, going everywhere. And then they managed to raise for 3 individual charities, so one of them being Our Barn. I think it was £1,500. So it was brilliant, really lovely, and they really enjoyed then coming down to the fest and seeing where it was going and what was going on and why it was something that was so important to both of us.
Yeah, and I know the lads were, the proper strong, handsome lads turned up in their
David,
tight
I love
t-shirts.
you saying that.
No, but you know when you see athletes, you see role models, and you see them. Sometimes you just see them flying past you on the street, but then you kind of go, all right, so maybe that's something we can aspire to have that life of adventure. It doesn't matter if it's around doing the streets around your area, or doing the night run. Maybe you haven't done it before, but setting those challenges that really stretch you. Well,
yeah, and actually, so running's a big part of my life and sort of has been for a number of years. But it's my getting involved in it has also encouraged friends of mine, and one of my friends actually came and did the night run with us at Our Barn, and she just couldn't get over the experience afterwards, and she was like, oh my gosh, like what a brilliant, like, inviting group of people, and the exhilaration that she felt after doing it at a night run. And she was like, I would never have thought of doing something locally at night, like going running. And I think again it's that inspiration of just passing on that little bit because I didn't know about the night run until doing it with Arban.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, well, come along, like it'll be really good fun. And again, it's that thing, isn't it? That was something really tangible for her, something really small, but she'd never run 7K. And on that night, she achieved a 7K night run.
And it was always freezing, wasn't it? It was all of these runs were in cold. I think there was a snow run one year.
It's always in January, that's why. But
yeah, really dark, really muddy, really slippy, but magical. I think that's the key to a night run. It does bring this treasury kind of this treasured moment where you're running down a dark.
It's quite mysterious and like enchanting as well in some way.
But you've set big challenges ahead of yourself, Hannah. Not just have a baby, have another baby. Continue teaching. I know you're on maternity now, but you've just dropped a big challenge.
Bombshell on you.
Yeah.
So obviously, I was due to start or do the marathon, Manchester Marathon last year, and then with the world events that we all know about, it got postponed to October, and then they postponed and cancelled it again, and they moved it to April, and that was going to be very out of the question, unfortunately, with other timings of life events, but they've now moved it to October this year, so 2021, and my fitness challenge, so please help me with this and keep yourselves fit because I'm going to need some inspiration, is to take on Manchester Marathon in October 2021.
Ooh, wow. I don't know how to start to even think about that, but post baby, baby strapped, baby on your back, baby in the pram, where we
I think we'll go for sidelines cheering. Bit of fist pumping from baby as mum pounds the streets of Manchester.
Oh, Mia can be that big sister cheering you with little, do we know baby boy or baby
some
girl?
Some banners up. It'll be I think times will be slightly different to what I was.
I've never been that worried about times. I know I've watched the London Marathon, and I'm amazed by people's capacity to keep at something for so long. It doesn't matter if it's 6 hours, 8 hours, and people. There was a guy, remember, in that big diver suit.
Tank,
Oh my days! Well, what on
fancy
earth?
dress.
How on earth?
Throws me completely.
Yeah.
I think I went as far as getting a really nice pair of very brightly coloured funky leggings to help me be spotted in the crowds, but there'll be no fancy dress, I'm afraid.
No, just fancy Hannah. What I was going to say to you, so we'll keep the support. Do we have a Twitter we can follow, or anything that we can just kind of
so when I'm back training, which will be sort of, what are we now, March, April, May. So around sort of mid-May, all being well, training can start, and that will go right through till sort of middle to end of September, so about 2 weeks before. And I will be keeping everyone updated. I'll be posting some things on my Instagram, how training's going, but I will definitely obviously let you guys know. We raised already about £500 on the previous site.
Amazing, thank you.
So we'll look to obviously just reboost all of that and get all that back up and running as and when we can. Because
you guys have hosted, quizzes and when you think of somebody. And I feel like you're my friend, okay, and colleague and whatnot, but it's just great, people doing things, and you're a doer. That's kind of in your nature.
I like to be out there, I like to be doing things and sharing experiences, because I think that's by sharing experiences is what builds you as an individual, and you get to know other people, and then you can help them and they can help you, and without the power of sort of positive and sharing, then we don't really get to know things, I don't think.
We'll be sharing your story for sure, and we'll be sharing your story and your journey. I think you should have a piece in the community comment, our new newsletter, which will be teed up for the future.
Oh yeah, I'll give you some little updates as newsletter as and when we training.
Oh, great! So where do you kind of See, where are we? 2021, mamma mia. 2021, what are you thinking, Hannah? I know, have a baby, continue to work.
Yeah, I think we're just going to take it as the year comes, see how it pans out with regards to obviously what's going on around us, but keep those positive things in our lives. So going for walks, that's while I can't run, I go for lots of walks, get in touch with nature, get back to doing the things that I really enjoy doing while I've got the time to do them as well, especially while I have got a bit more time with being on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
A little bundle to look after. Second time around I'll know what I'm doing. I don't know, but we'll see.
I think you.
And then just get back to like lots of the smaller things that we haven't been able to do and enjoy, and get in touch with people as well, and get myself back to some of those motorsports events, get some inspiration and some muscle tone back in my body.
You would be amazed. You would be absolutely amazed by the progress that our guys have made. I'm really proud of them, and we want to continue, so we will. What have you been, just looking back, it's been, a really nice journey, really quite interesting journey over the last 7-8 years. Any highlights, Hannah? Anything that you could share to a prospective worker or somebody who's thinking about entering into the field of youth work or teaching?
Go for it. Do it. It's the best thing. I think going to youth club as well, sometimes when it was on a Sunday and maybe you'd been working like all week, you just feel a bit like, oh, this is, I don't know if I'm really up for this. But never once did you then leave feeling like, oh, I can't be bothered. You always left feeling much more uplifted, much more inspired with like everything, whether it be the young people or just also essentially having a bit of you just had a bit of a laugh with the young people that you were working with and obviously all the other staff. And I think it very much at Arbonne, I felt anyway, that there was never really a highlight on what people couldn't do or making excuses for what they couldn't do. It was a case of, we're here, let's give it a go. Everybody's trying new things, trying different things. I tried things that I thought I wouldn't be very good at, and then actually it wasn't quite so bad. It wasn't as daunting as I thought. And it was always just an atmosphere of give it a go and see, and we will learn together. There's no excuses made for each other, or excuses put down to the fact of someone's additional need. It was a case of, if you don't want to do it, that's okay, that's fine, but don't blame your additional need or put something on something else. It's just a case of, today you're not feeling like it, and that's fine, rather than highlighting, I think, negatives. Everything was very positive. And I think working in all walks of sort of youth work, special needs teaching, anything like that, that's something to really follow through with and take.
Embrace.
You can't put everything down to an excuse. Like, we have to drive forward. And I think Arbonne, from the journey that I've seen it from the beginning to where it is now, has really, really done that, and it's absolutely amazing. Yeah,
it's lovely to see it grow. It has grown, from our
hugely
humble beginnings as a youth club to where we're at now. We feel very, pioneering or just trying things that we'd all want to do, isn't it? I know when I go to work, I'm like, yes. Yes, I get to do. I get to go on a night run. I actually, that stretches my imagination. I wouldn't normally sign up to a night run.
No. Many people would.
Yeah. And suddenly we're there, and we're going for the last lap. And so actually, we haven't done 2, 3, 4. We haven't taken a shortcut here. A bit like you said, our needs have spurred us on as a team, and teamwork is it's a big part of what we do. And that wouldn't matter, if you're at the front or the back.
No, I think everyone's always in it together, and you can really see the confidence in a lot of the young people that we work with and that have been there, how they rally around each other, and they notice when one of them's not quite feeling themselves, and they really sort of go out of their way to pick themselves up. And I think that there's probably a lot of people actually that could learn a lot from that attitude.
We look forward to our future, welcoming a new Baba into the world.
I'm sure they'll make an appearance at our bar fest
they
or
always
something
do.
soon.
Yeah, they always do. And there's always a pot of face paint that we can just splash around. And I think Mia made it to one of our Christmas parties, and she was like, wow, this is a bit crazy.
It's a bit crazy, but she also then loved it and didn't want to go home. So
yeah. Hannah turned up as a snowman, so she was fit right in. You had a bit of Olaf going on there.
We built Olaf the other day, and he's melted, bless him. So
Olaf.
We'll have to build another one. We'll get time.
The imagination is a great thing. I think when I'm around our guys and the members of our barn, their imagination spur on my imagination, and their ideas are always far better than ours. So who knows what 2021 will.
And I think actually, more often than not, I find if I'm quiet, like you said, I learn a lot more from and get more inspiration of their ideas than what I've thought I could even imagine at myself. So, I think sometimes if you are going to go into youth work, maybe just be quiet a little bit as well. Sometimes it helps.
It can be hard. But it's really, but useful. Yeah, totally. Underestimated. Just sitting back and actually observing and listening and being present. So we're going to keep moving.
But that's what our barn does. It like forces you to be present, because you don't have time to think about, I don't know, what's going on, or even like at multi-sports as well. You're so in the moment of having fun and like building your fitness and stuff that you don't have time to think about what happened, like for me, work that day, or like what's coming up tomorrow. So that sense of being present is like so grounding, and it's so nice because you just enjoy it for even more for what it is.
Oh, good. Hannah, thanks so much. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And we haven't spurred on any, breathing.
No, not yet. I can't feel anything, but I will let you guys know when it comes out. I promise.
Oh, I think everybody at our barn will be with you, holding your hand, and just on that. Wow, it's just, we just wanted to be healthy and happy pregnancy for you. We wish you all the luck, yourself, Matt and Mia. And thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all the work you do for us. Thanks for everything you kind of say to others that would, possibly encourage them to get involved, or just being you.
Well, thanks for having me, and I cannot wait to get back and see how well everyone's been doing, and keep going. Just keep building.
Thanks, Anna.
Thanks. Bye.